Hi guys, I hope all of you are doing well. So today Sunday evening I wanted to have a very informal conversation with you all about the importance of keeping a very clean, good diet during UPSC preparation and also the importance of exercise, light exercise during this whole process. So as an aspirant, you will actually be studying for long periods of time. You will be sitting for almost 8-10 hours a day, and your body will take a lot of toll of this non-movement, this lack of exercise, this lack of movement, and it will be putting on a lot of weight during this process. But eventually it will hurt you. Eventually when you join Labasana, you become an officer. If you are overweight, it is definitely going to have some effect on your work, and it is going to have some effect on your confidence also. So I feel that it is very important for us as aspirants, because we are going to spend 1.5 years, 3 years, 5 years during this preparation time, that we continue our lifestyle. We have some light exercises in our schedule, we have good diet in our schedule, so that we can keep a watch on our weight and we can stay healthy. And a healthy body leads to a healthy mind. See, in this I will also tell you a story of myself. When I was preparing, I did not focus on these things. I wish I knew them better at that time, but I put on a lot of weight during UPSC preparation, almost 10 kgs. And after that, I found it really difficult. It took me almost 3-4 years to lose all that weight and become fit again. And even today, I am consistently struggling, consistently experimenting with this whole diet regime, fitness regime, and with this whole idea of how to control our intake of our food, junk food, specifically food from outside. Obviously everyone likes it, but how to keep it balanced, that is very, very important. So I feel like all the aspirants should know about it, and there are some basic things I'm going to tell you, which if you follow, I'm pretty sure you will find a big difference in your daily life, and you will have more energy also. It might be challenging for the first few days, but you will have more energy in the once you start following it, once you make it part of your routine. So the best thing always is to stick to the diet that you have, the basic diet that is mostly homemade food, that is not junk food. If you even feel like eating junk food, sometimes you want to satiate that craving that you have for outside food, maybe maximum once in a month you can do that, because as an aspirant you will not be moving too much. There will be a limit on the amount of exercise that you can do. So I would say that minimize your junk food, maybe maximum to once in a month, and that too in a controlled portions. So whenever you are eating every day, understand how many portions you are having. Number one, understand what kind of food you are intaking, what kind of protein, what kind of calories you are intaking. So like I said, very basic diet that our forefathers used to have is the best hallmark, or is the kind of hallmark of the diet we should also have. So try to, for example, cut down the amount of carbs you are having by eating less rotis and less rice, and having more dal, having more rajma, having more chickpeas, having more different kind of, obviously different people from different parts of the country are watching this. So whatever kind of proteins that you intake, some people might be taking more of paneer, some people might be taking more of sambar or rasam or some kind of other sabji that you're having in your area. So increase the amount of sabji, green leafy vegetables, or any kind of different vegetables you are having, increase the amount of that. Obviously I don't want to give you an example of what kind of diet I used to have during my aspirants day, but I will tell you regardless. In the morning I used to maybe have sometimes chola bhatura because my mom made it, or puri sabji or paratha. And then in the afternoon I would have a couple of rotis and chawal also, and then with that I will have dal or some other sabzi. But a lot of times I used to order from outside, like I would order some junk food from outside, Domino's or something, and that led to an increase in weight. But today the kind of diet I have is much more simple. Today I would eat oats in the morning with milk, and then I would have some almonds, I would have some two boiled eggs. If I'm working out, I would have some protein. Then afternoon I will simply have one roti, little bit of rice, some sambar or dal, and some sabzi. And evening I will have soup, and I will also have sometimes one roti and some additional protein with that. So like this you can also create a diet chart for yourself. You can refer to a lot of websites that are out there, a lot of diet plans that are out there, so that you can simplify, basically simplify it, keep it simple, cut down junk foods, cut down a lot of processed carbs, and also cut down a lot of sugars from your diet, and that alone is going to really help you. So increase the amount of leafy vegetables, increase the amount of good proteins, clean proteins, natural Indian proteins that you're having in your diet, and that will really help you. See, at the end of the day, what matters is that you don't have to have any fancy plan. You don't have to really consult a nutritionist or a planner, gym trainer. What you have to do is you have to just use your common sense, that whatever is healthy, whatever our forefathers used to eat, if you just include that in our diet, keep the portions controlled, that will be enough and more than sufficient for you. Apart from that, try to avoid juices. So a lot of people say juice pio, but juices are actually not good for you. Instead of that, try to just have whole fruit. So I would reduce the amount of juices that I have. Instead of that, just have a glass of milk, and that will be sufficient. So this is the kind of simple diet that you want to have. Apart from that, the second thing I would do is I would walk a lot. So every day try to walk 7-8,000 steps if possible. Start slow, start from a small number of steps and increase that every day and reach to 7,000, 8,000 steps per day minimum, maybe 10,000. And when you are walking, make sure that you can also use that time to relax your mind also, and sometimes to revise also, to think in your mind about different UPSC topics. So when I used to walk in the evenings, when I was preparing for UPSC, I used to actually walk a lot, and I used to think about my optional. I used to revise topics in my head, think about important topics, think about questions, think about any special tricks or tips that any toppers were giving, and think about whether I can apply them. So you can actively use your walking time to also think about UPSC preparation, and that really saves you that 1 hour which you are walking also, and you can use for UPSC preparation also. And of course, it is not a hard and fast rule. Take breaks. I used to always, at least in a month, I used to go for one movie in the theater or watch some kind of Netflix show or some kind of YouTube show, some kind of video somewhere, Friends or Big Bang Theory on my laptop also. Sometimes I used to do that, of course, just to take a break. So always take breaks, it's good for you. So second thing is walking. And of course, if you are in a lot of exercise, if you work out, that's good, but don't work out so much that you are so exhausted that you can't focus on studies. Your primary focus should always be studies when you're preparing for UPSC. That is the top priority. So I would say that keep it balanced, keep it well balanced. And if you of course love working out, and you can still manage your studies, I say go ahead. A lot of us can do it, and there is nothing wrong in it. Now the third thing I'm going to talk about is a little bit of mental health. What is important, how to keep your mental health strong, because apart from a physical health, mental health is also very important. Mental health, one of the main reasons for degradation in mental health for anyone, for aspirants, for students, for working professionals, is lack of communication with our loved ones, lack of communication with our friends. तो बहुत सारी it is very important, बहुत सारी बातें करना भी. It is very important you communicate a lot about your problems, about your challenges in UPSC, about your struggles in UPSC with people who might not even understand UPSC, because that will really help you to clear your head, to keep that burden off your chest sometimes. So I would say reach out to some communities, reach out to friends, reach out to your family, reach out to anyone you can find to talk a little bit about your UPSC journey, and that will really help you to stay mentally fit, and it will help you to reduce the load on your mind. The other thing I would do is, if possible, do some meditation, if possible, do some yoga. But I would listen to music. When I was a little frustrated, when I was feeling a little down, I would always listen to some nice music. I would switch on some nice music and just listen to it and just relax and maybe lie down and sleep. Sit on the ground. I really love sitting on the ground. So I used to just lie down on the ground, just take a little bit of deep breaths and focus on my inner well-being, focus on myself, and just leave all the rest of the world on the side. So that is something that you can do for improving a little bit of your anxiety that you might be having as a UPSC aspirant. And apart from that, remember, there are thousands of people like you who are also struggling, who are also not knowing where to start. Sometimes you might have just written prelims or mains recently, and you're still finding it difficult कि अब दोबारा से start कैसे करें preparation. But in that sense, you always have to just push yourself a little bit. Start small, take step by step, take one step at a time, and then move ahead with it. Remember the goal that you have in mind. It is very important to keep that in mind, that my goal is to make it through it and make it to the other side. Because when you keep that in mind, you will always find some answers within yourself. And finally, I also want to tell you that, regardless of, now mains are coming close, and very soon a lot of aspirants will be appearing for mains also, and a lot of you will be appearing for prelims next year. Challenges throughout the UPSC journey will keep happening. There will be a lot of ups and downs. There will be a lot of advice that you will listen to, and you will be sometimes confused whether this advice is right for you or not. But I think at the end of the day, what really should guide you is your own heart, your own kind of honesty to yourself, and the fact that if you have covered the syllabus, if you have studied well, if you have been honest to yourself, there will always be doubts, there will always be a little bit of doubt in your mind कि शायद मैं बिल्कुल सब कुछ नहीं करा ठीक से, but that's okay. But even if you have done 70-80% of what were you supposed to do, I'm very sure you are in a good situation, you are in a good position. So don't ever discount yourself, don't ever think कि there are people far better than me, and give up thinking that. Always have confidence in yourself, because half of the battle is won when you have confidence in your own self. So I hope these few words, few thoughts I wanted to share with you this Sunday evening will help you, and enjoy your Sunday evening, have a little break, relax, and success comes with discipline. So tomorrow start again, start fresh, but bring a discipline, bring a routine in your preparation, and that will help you a long way. Thanks, take care, bye-bye, and see you very soon. Write in comments if you have any problems. I will try to address them. Bye-bye.